Eriana's Vow is an exotic special energy hand cannon available from the Season 8 Season Pass. The intrinsic perk Looks Can Kill causes the weapon to fire special shield-piercing ammo, which is strong against barrier champions. The second perk, Death at First Glance, gives bonus damage to the opening shot when aiming down sights. This damage is preserved when hitting precision damage or breaking an elemental shield. The Masterwork Catalyst gives 3 more shots to the magazine and gives it the auto-reload perk. The Death at First Glance perk is basically a super opening shot. It gives a 32% damage boost on your first shot and every shot after that, provided you are breaking a shield or hitting precision shots. There's an audio chime in for each shot that has the perk active. If you miss or hit a non-precision shot, you will no longer gain this damage bump and will no longer hear the audio ping on each shot. You know the perk is active when the sights display the red holographic glow. If you lose the buff, waiting a short time will allow the perk to come back. Alright, there really isn't a whole lot to this weapon. Aside from it being a hand cannon that takes special ammo and it having the ability to burn through barrier champion shields, the only standout thing is the Death at First Glance perk. Even then, it's just a really good opening shot that rewards you when you shoot stuff the way hand cannons like to shoot stuff. So why do I love it so much? Probably because I love hand cannons, and this is the biggest hand cannon that ever did hand cannon. What I mean by that is that this gun does one simple thing: shoots things with precision shots. That is basically the end goal of every hand cannon out there. You want to hit precision shots to get rewarded. Eriana's Vow just amplifies that with its opening shot type perk and incredible precision damage. While it has the look and feel of a hand cannon, it's putting out the damage of something closer to a sniper rifle, so don't fool yourself into wasting shots on dregs and small enemies like you would with a primary ammo hand cannon. You want to use this to chunk some health off majors and ultras. You can very well use this against bosses. This is one of the few weapons that you can use against champions not only as a way to combat their mechanics, but as a straight damage pumping machine as long as you're hitting those precision shots. Enough praises though. There are some quirks that you need to know about. First up, it has sights similar to that of a hand cannon. While you do have a large aim assist to work with, you still won't have that insane reach that a sniper does. Follow-up shots at range are going to be a bit tricky since the weapon has extremely jumpy recoil. You'll really need to pace your shots properly if you want to chain the opening shot perk. This is also a weapon so focused on damage that it doesn't really think about the other stats. It basically looked at a Dungeons & Dragons character sheet and put every single stat into damage and range and just figured its adventuring friends would take up the slack. Fortunately, that can be remedied with some mods and other build choices. The Catalyst having auto-loading holster perk does help out a bunch, but for those second-to-second moments, I would highly advise getting a reload mod to help out with this. The last kind of bad mark I can give the weapon is actually about its damage. I know I said its damage is good, and I do think that it's an awesome choice for a majority of fights and encounters. The problem is that damage is only going to be good if you can hit those chain crits. If you can't, then you are severely punished for it. You lose out on a 32% bonus damage, and having to reload the weapon or stow it for a while will really eat up some valuable time. There isn't much else to say about Eriana's in PvE. Against barrier champions, it's an evergreen choice to combat them. For those willing to get used to its quirks, it offers up a 32% damage boost that can help carry its damage output to sniper ranges. If you like hand cannons, then you probably know you want to try this weapon. Now in PvP, I don't really know what to think about Eriana's Vow. It's an incredibly hard-hitting weapon that doesn't one-shot people, yet it takes special ammo, so you're giving up a lot of the instant kill potential that special weapons bring for not a whole lot, honestly. The signature perk of dealing more damage on an opening shot just doesn't do a whole lot in PvP. On top of that, you have to fight against the slow handling speed, which is one of the hardest things to deal with in PvP. Flinch is another thing that you have to factor for. With most primaries, or even a sniper sadly, you can kind of combat flinch with some practice. Eriana's Vow, not so much. Getting hit during a gunfight just means you are going to send your shot far away from where you want it to actually be. Since every fight, aside from cleanup kills, will take at least 2 shots, you're going to find yourself battling against that flinch a lot more than you would like. I did find one build that was pretty fun. Using Lucky Pants on a Hunter, Eriana's, and another hand cannon in my kinetic slot, I would prime people with a beefy special hand cannon shot, swap to my kinetic, and then one-tap them, assuming I actually hit my shots. When it worked, it felt dirty. When it didn't, well, It felt like I was complicating the whole process of just shooting someone with a hand cannon. Not to mention that I feel like this build is better accomplished by any bow in place of Eriana's Vow. It's much easier to do that build when you don't have to worry about special ammo. I don't know. I think Eriana's can still work in the right hands for PvP. It's a hard-hitting weapon that can really take people by surprise if you like to duck in and out of cover. Its extreme range makes it a threat on so many maps. The fantasy of using this giant unwieldy hand cannon in PvP is just super sweet too. But on the practical side of things, that I always end up paying attention to more, it really feels like everything Eriana's Vow wants to do in PvP is accomplished by just about any average bow. Alright, that about does it. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, sharing it and a positive rating would be appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.